All right, so this year's nominees for the Game Awards are in. They had a announcement video, I think, this morning, and now the web page is up. And hopefully the web page is working because I was on here earlier and it was not loading. It was not loading very well. It was actually crashing, I think. So it's still kind of slow, and I'm hoping we can get through this without too much trouble. But I thought since the page is up and it seems to be okay now, let's go through each category and I'll just kind of give my thoughts on some of the games as we go through it. So obviously the first one, big one, Game of the Year, Claire Obscura Expedition 33. This one is the talk of the town. I feel like everybody is expecting this one to win, and it probably will. Unfortunately, I have yet to play it. This one kind of like skipped my radar completely until it came out, and then everybody talked about it, and now it's the like one game I should play. So since I have not played Expedition 33, I can't put a vote in for it. But the two games I did play on this list are Donkey Kong Bonanza, which I thought was a really fun game, and Hollow Knight Silksong. These two would be like my top picks, right? Since I haven't played Expedition 33, these are the two that would be the one I'm trying to decide. But if I was going to be honest, Bonanza was a ton of fun to play, and the gameplay I thought was phenomenal. I think overall Silksong just grabbed me more. I thought the exploration, the boss fights, Hornet as a character, and all the NPCs, everything in that game just clicked with me. And I thought it was like a near perfect game in my opinion. I enjoyed the hell out of this game. So this Hollow Knight Silksong is going to get my vote for Game of the Year. And is it yeah, this is okay, so this is the problem. The website is loading slow now. All right, so best game direction. This one, I actually have not played any of these games here, so I'm going to have to skip it. Although I feel like is it going to be Expedition 33 Sweep? I don't know. I heard that game has great gameplay, great art style, great everything, to be honest. So I'm going to have to skip that one. Best narrative. Yeah, I feel like this one would probably go to Expedition 33 again, because that's all I hear about is how good the story is. But the only one I'm familiar with on this list is Silent Hill F. So that's the one I'm probably going to have to go with. Because I thought Silent Hill F was surprisingly really good. I don't know if it beats out Expedition 33, but that's how it is for me right now. Art direction, Silksong. I don't know. Something about Silksong's art is just I felt like every shot in that game was just desktop material. All right, so finally the page loads. Yeah, I'm running into a lot of issues on this website. But this one, I'm going to try to go through some of these quickly because I'm not familiar with most of these games. But Silksong is probably going to get most of my votes. Audio design. Probably Silent Hill because I'm not familiar with a bunch of these games. All right, so since this website just does not want to work very well, I think I'm just going to go around and pick the categories that interest me the most. So let's check out, let's see what best independent game would be. Oh, obviously Silksong. See what's under action, best action game. I really want to play Ninja Gaiden, but I haven't played that yet. I heard Shinobi was good. Hades is obviously... I've heard a lot of things about Hades, but I haven't played any of those. Let's see, Action Adventure. Yeah, I'm basically just going around voting for Silksong. Yeah, look, like this website does not work at all. There it goes. Sometimes it'll just crash or not load. Best RPG. I did play Wilds. I did really like Wilds. It actually ran pretty good on my end. So a lot of the performance issues people were experiencing, I did not, and I just kind of enjoyed the game for the most part. Here we go. Best fighting game. So this category is always kind of botched at the Game Awards. This, they never seem to get it right. The only game on this list, to my knowledge, that's actually new and has been released this year is Fatal Fury. So that's where my vote's gonna go. But I'm shocked that they put... So 2XKO definitely deserves to be here, but just not this year. Because I think the game is either coming out later, like at the end of the year, or next year. Like, we're still in early access for 2XKO. So it's kind of weird that it's was actually able to get a nomination. The collections, you know, they're good. Fighting Collection 2 from Capcom was good. I heard mixed things about the Mortal Kombat Legacy Collection. I'm not a huge Mortal Kombat player, so I can't really speak on that. And then Virtua Fighter 5, like, this is like... I don't know how many versions of this game they released, but this is like a... like, what, 15-plus-year-old game at this point? So, the one game on this list that is actually new, and I think is actually really good, is Fatal Fury. So that's where my vote's going to go for fighting games. It's like I said, this category is always feels botched, and nobody on the panel really knows what's going on when it comes to the fighting game community stuff. Ugh, oh my god, this website is totally messed up. It takes forever to load any of these pages sometimes. Jeff, you gotta fix your website. Finally, the next category, Best Family Game. So this one, okay, Lego Party I'm not familiar with. I played a little bit of I think it was a beta for this. Mario Kart World was fun, but my pick is obviously Donkey Kong Bonanza. I think Donkey Kong Bonanza was incredible. So this would be my pick. All right, we're slowly working our way through the website. I'm skipping a few categories because two reasons. One, I'm not familiar with what's going on in those categories. And two, this website is not working at all anymore. Yeah, it's taking forever to get through this. So I'm going to try to do this kind of quickly. The most anticipated game, I feel like most people are voting for Grand Theft Auto for good reason too. But personally, the one that I'm looking forward to the most is Resident Evil. Something about that game series, I just cannot wait for the next one. So this one goes to Resident Evil Requiem for me. Let's see if we can get to the next category. And this one's interesting. Content Creator of the Year. So usually I don't care about this one because I don't really watch any of these content creators. But they actually have Sakura Miko on here. I think they did have Pecora on here one year. So it's not shocking to see another HoloLive member on the list. A HoloLive JP member, nonetheless. But Sakura Miko's elite English seems to have captured the hearts of many because here she is. Holy smokes. Obviously, my vote is going towards her. But when I saw this, I was just really shocked. I was not expecting Miko to make an appearance at the Game Awards. All right, so this is going to be the last category since the website is not, at least for me, is not working very well. But this is the best esports athlete, and usually I don't really pay attention to these too much because I'm not familiar with the players. However, as you can see, I've placed my vote already because I was on this page previously, but I voted for Kakeru, and there's also Mena, so 2 Street Fighter players in one category, which is crazy to me, because usually you don't see fighting game players in this category, so I just thought it was really cool. And while Mena is a very strong player, and I think, I think both these players deserve a vote. But since you can only vote for one, I decided to vote for Kakeru. Only because, well, not only, but because he is not only a very strong player, he did announce earlier in the year that he's stepping down from competitive Street Fighter. So we're probably not going to see a lot of him in terms of competition that much anymore. Maybe he'll come back in the future, but for now, he's just focused on content creation. So where my mind is at, I think it'd be really cool to give him the vote this year, just because of all the work he put in at the beginning. And yeah, like I said, both of them definitely deserve a vote. But for me, it's going to be Kakeru. And I think as far as that goes, let me just see what this does real quick. All right, so since this download your vote card button doesn't seem to want to work, this page works at least. So you can see what I voted for, right? Silksong got a lot of my vote because I thought everything in that game was incredible. Silent Hill F got a couple votes, mainly because it was like the only game in the category that I played. But I did think Silent Hill F is definitely was surprisingly very good. You see Silksong, best family game, DK Bonanza was a easy pick for me because this was actually, I was thinking about this game actually being my game of the year until Silksong came out, but I had a really great time with DK Bonanza, and I really loved what they did with the character. Fighting game, this category is always a little weird, like I said before. I feel like since 2XKO is still in early access, it kind of feels weird. I feel like 2XKO would be a great game to put in the next year's Video Game Awards. And I feel like it would be more appropriate too. But since Fatal Fury is actually released and not like part of a collection or not like a, I think Virtua Fighter is a great fighting game as well, but I feel like we've got so many versions of that game that it kind of feels weird to be part of the category. So Fatal Fury just felt like a natural pick for me. Monster Hunter Wilds, there wasn't too many games in this category that I did play, but I do like Monster Hunter, and I did really enjoy my time with that. Most anticipated, Resident Evil 9. Big Resident Evil fan, so looking forward to that. Sakura Miko being voted for content creator was a huge shock, so definitely a big vote for her. And then obviously we ended on Kakeru, amazing Street Fighter player. And unfortunately, even though he's stepping down from the competition, he'll still be around with us making content. And I think it'd be really cool if he was somehow able to pull off a Game Awards win somehow. But those are my votes. That's going to be it. There's still a lot of like empty categories. Yeah, there just wasn't too much game. Like I didn't play most of these games, and some of these categories I don't play too much of, so I just kind of left them as is. But I did see some games like Best Action Game, Ninja Gaiden, definitely want to play Ninja Gaiden at some point. But yeah, that's going to be it for me. If you made it this far, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Later.